The Paratus Intervention, Chapter 4. Have you met the new guy? The army guy? Yeah, the guy they're going to give all the best clients to and promote over us if we don't do something about it. Shit, Darren, what are we supposed to do about it? Why, my dear Sharon, I thought you'd never ask. You're totally serious, too. Even when you're not serious, sneaking around, talking like a putz, you're totally serious. Remind me again, Sharon, what you did before intervention. I was a hairdresser, Dee. You didn't forget. I didn't forget. I was also in college studying web design. This is a lot better than that, and I'm grateful for the job, the life. And I'm in no danger of losing them either, so don't even go there. Nah, Cher. You aren't in danger of losing them. Your old life was taking you nowhere. This new skill has taken you somewhere. This company's taken you somewhere. Is this as far as you were supposed to go? We've put in the time. We've stayed with the group when others left to pioneer startups or work for city-states all throughout the ASA. We are the loyal. We've earned our spots. Now they're bringing in this hotshot. We're supposed to just be okay with that? Accept our place? No. Step out of the way for him? No, Dee. We're supposed to do our jobs. Our nice, comfortable, lucrative, stable jobs. Get over yourself and get back to yours. Get over myself? You're the only one getting in your own way, but fine, fine. I'll remember this. Darren Chang turned around sharply to storm off and ran straight into the stranger approaching him, splashing his hot coffee onto both of them. Darren yelped with pain. The stranger stepped back, stoic. The hell, man, Darren shouted. Just who the hell are you anyway? You lost? Actually, the man answered, I'm Lawrence, and that's my office down there. Sharon Elksborn turned around and made a show of getting back to work, recognizing the name of the man they had just been speaking about. Oh, well, thanks, new guy. Lawrence J. James walked past them without offering a handshake or further introduction. Arriving at the door to his temporary office, he turned around and amended. It's Mr. James, Mr. Chang, and I was in the Navy, not the Army. Several weeks later. What did you really expect from a guy with two first names? Larry knocked on the open door. Oh, Mr. James, please come in, Darren invited, in a mockingly faux polite tone. He was leaning on a desk, looking at the display of a digital clipboard inclined toward him by another man as Larry entered. Larry had not met the other man, Gouda Shivers, but knew him then as the group's top intervention specialist. Mr. Shivers? Hello, Larry, Gouda replied. Have a seat. Darren here was showing me some of your handiwork. Top-notch stuff. Honestly. Larry had entered the room, but not sat, asking, Great, good to know, if that's all. He turned to go, but Darren interrupted him. Don't go fluttering off in your whirly-doo just yet, flyboy. Larry gritted his teeth and turned back around. Darren was standing up straight now, with a shit-eating grin on his face. Gouda was holding up the clipboard in his left hand and tapping it against the palm of his right. There are some irregularities in your interventions that we thought you might want to be made aware of, Gouda offered, placing the display device on the table and sliding it across. Larry snatched it up, looked, swiped. He immediately recognized certain hallmarks of his work, but nothing out of the ordinary. Impatient, he just asked, What am I not seeing? Well, Darren drew out the word, that's just it. The problem, Larry, Gouda added, is what is not there to be seen. The Paratus group uses certain signature protocols in all of our interventions, approved as a matter of policy, that should have been applied, in at least one instance, in each of those 24 clients. Have you showed this to any supervisors yet? Larry asked. Darren and Gouda looked at one another, glee seeping out from behind their eyes on their otherwise controlled faces. No, Gouda replied, inquiring. And what do you suppose we should do about this? Good, Larry laughed, tossing the digital clipboard back to the desk with a clank. Saved yourselves some embarrassment then. They looked confused and deflated then, not bothering to hide it. This is serious, Darren snarled, pointing at the device. This is serious, Larry repeated, pointing his whole flat hand at his co-workers, mockingly waving it in their general direction as to include the both of them. It shows a keen eye, real attention to detail for either of you to notice this, on even one case. That takes time. Time times... How many did you say? Dozens? Time times dozens times 2 employees. You have cases of your own to deal with, and no business reviewing mine. That won't earn you a pat on the head from anyone above you, and it sure as hell doesn't bother me. Maybe it should, Gouda suggested. You're not going to turn me in for violating your precious policies, Larry declared. Even if that had been on the table. You know I'm right about how you're misusing your time. That wasn't plan A anyway. You want to brace me, huh? Is that it? You think this is some kind of leverage? Don't even tell me that you were going to try and get me to do what? I don't want to know. I think you want to shut your smart-ass mouth and listen now, Darren growled, walking out from behind the desk. No, Larry said, all amusement draining from his face. You fucking listen. Why do you think the group hired me? Hired someone from the outside? Those protocols? I know why you two are rankled. Those are your protocols. Those are your best work, encoded into the work of everyone here, because it is the best the group had. It's intellectual inbreeding. My contract, which is available for your viewing pleasure upon written request to HR, stipulates that I am exempt from best practices and related policies. What I do is as good or better than anything you got. More importantly, it is different. My methodologies and protocols were developed completely independently by me. That's a big part of what they hired me for. They want to see how I work, compare and contrast it to your work, hybridize it into something better, assuming you guys are half as good as you think you are. This is an emerging technology. We're on the bleeding edge here. The way we perform intervention today will be completely obsolete in our own lifetimes. Paratus Group is smart enough to try and stay ahead of that curve. They won't be impressed by you wasting time that amounts to nothing more than getting in the way of that. So please, Mr. Chang, Mr. Shivers, do us all a favor and kindly fuck off. Larry remembered departing the office smirking in victorious satisfaction. He was brought back to the present by the alert ring of an incoming phone call. Caller ID indicated that it was Vance. What news? You're going to want to come down to my office and talk to Mr. Shivers. On my way.